90% of gamers do not finish games, according to an article I read on CNN. And that's pretty amazing when you think about it. To think that so many great games go unfinished. The article mentioned a large number of modern gamers are over 40 now, which I am one of those. And that has a lot to do with it. So, we tend to have more disposable income, but a lot less time. You spend your time when you have some free time is a little different now. You have more obligations, you have more socializing and so on, and more family responsibilities for a lot of people. So it's kind of an interesting thing that, a lot of people buy games simply not to finish, and I am totally guilty of that. Here's just a stack of my unfinished pile: Until Dawn, Alien Isolation, Watch Dogs, Dying Light, and it goes on and on. I think a lot of it is modern. I guess in the modern age, people tend to not want to devote the time. It's like reading. Reading a good book takes concentration, devotion. You're going to spend a lot of time kind of focused. So I think we live in an age of a lot of ADD. We have social media, the internet, we have on-demand streaming movies, and we have this need to constantly switch between devices, between medias, between channels. So again, focusing on a great game, well, maybe not so great according to some people. I like it, The Evil Within or Mad Max, and devoting that time to kind of complete it. But it's like a good book, when you take the time to give your undivided attention, so much more kind of absorption, or kind of it sucks you in a little deeper, just just kind of akin to a great book, and you can get lost in that world. But with that said, I still have a huge backlog. There's some more just to give you a sense of things, games that have started and never finished. Some games like Metal Gear Solid 5 hooked me right away. But I was expecting the Kojima craziness, and that was kind of in the beginning. There was hints of it, and then it became kind of this open world stealth action, and kind of anything you could think of to kind of take a base or rescue some hostages was cool. Then you could explore and do any number of things, but I wanted that crazy off the chain Kojima story, and it just wasn't there. So but I still was really captivated by the missions. It's just mission after mission, essentially. So I know I don't know if that crazy story ever came back, but I hope it does. I'm going to continue to play it. And then there's games like, of course, The Witcher, which are just so deep, so engrossing, with so much to do. I got caught up in great story missions, the Bloody Baron, for example, but also just I didn't want to miss a thing. So all the side missions, all the side quests, all the random stuff you could meet, overhear a conversation and it would lead you to some other quest, or some other, you'd get ambushed in the woods by a number of beasts, or some witch or something. It was just always, I never finished. I plan to. Again, one of those games that's just so deep, so engrossing, and I just loved wandering around and exploring. Witcher is very much like Skyrim for me, where there's so much to do, and it's kind of one of those games that I don't care if it ever ends. So how does this really happen to me, and always seem to happen to a good number of people? And I think it's part of it is you always want to be in tune with the next exciting game, the newest, biggest thing. But part of it for me is, honestly, I'm a bargain junkie, and you wait a couple weeks to a couple months, and so many of these great titles get reduced in price so fast that I'm like, I can't resist. I just, like I picked up this great game, Doom, like I think it was just a month after release for like 20.
3, 2, 1. Remember, no survivors.
With the snap map stuff so much that I continue to play, and I play the multiplayer on the regular, and that is brings me to another big thing. I think the CNN article mentioned it as well, was multiplayer can pull a lot of players out of the single player experience, or the story, the lengthy story type games, or the story portion of a game like Doom, because they want to dive into the multiplayer. And I think it goes to our competitive nature. We always want to. I think I play Doom multiplayer and Rocket League on the daily, just for a few matches every day. It's just fun. It's just mindless. I don't have to get caught up or think it's going to take a huge amount of time. Sometimes I get sucked in, and you want just another match, but that's fine. But this is another one. I'm like, I picked back up again, Fallout 4, and I'm definitely committing now. It has honestly, frankly, it's like it sucked me back in. Another find in the bargain section after a few months after release, and it's just so deep and so engrossing. I really am enjoying this, but I'm making it a point to take the time and finish it. These developers and game world builders have done so much. I feel like you almost owe it to them to kind of complete it. They put in so much hard work. It seems a shame. Like, again, that article stating 90% of people do not finish a game to completion, and I think that's kind of sad. Cheers to the developers, and I promise this year will be the year I take the time to finish a lot of your amazing work.